you're missing all the year.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
This is another thing I gotta talk about.
Where do you get that illegal from?
He did it, out of cardboard.
She don't live
Yeah, and then painted it gold.
So it didn't leak, water
She
didn't
lives
get in?
down
But Tennessee Packaging, like, actually donated all the cardboard for all the boats.
Oh, okay.
the vendor, yeah.
All we bought was the tape.
You know that stuff they advertise on TV, you spray your gutters and then spray this screen over?
Supposedly you can't use that, it's like you can have cardboard, duct tape, rope, and glue.
Yeah, it's a very good thing.
Ah,
That's what your limits are.
Yeah.
surely that's the way it should be.
It didn't look like you made changes. I mean, they were,
I don't know.
but it was.
You got something like that, you just said, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I finally got you something.
Did
It was good. It was.
Because everybody will feel sorry.
Yeah.
I felt it should be.
You heard Eddie's gonna run against Faith. We gotta start beating the bushes. Our lives would be so much easier.
The only way to make it here is with
I think Blackbird.
But I told Eddie, I said, why do you have business say? When you've been there,
I was saying.
that benefited our community.
I'm going to make you.
That's what I'm saying, just something that benefited and enhanced our life.
Right,
What have you done?
exactly.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I call city council to order for Monday, August 9th, 2021. Have a roll call, please.
Inline.
Yes.
Hines. Is absent. Walker.
Here,
Shields.
Here.
Brandon.
Here.
Simpson.
Here.
Our invocation tonight will be given by Pastor Donnie Crass at First Baptist Church. Everyone please stand and remain standing for the pledge. Thank you, Pastor, for being here.
Thank you, Mayor, for the invitation. If I may say a quick word of thanks
Absolutely.
before I pray, I'd just like to say to the mayor, to all the board members, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for who you are. Thank you for what you do. And it's not always a job that is easy, but we appreciate you being in that chair.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, as I come before you tonight and just humble us as best I know how, and just thank you for the gift of life that is through faith in your Son, Jesus Christ. He lived a perfect life that I could not live. He died a death that he did not owe, that I owed. And he raised again to give me life eternal. And in this life I have hope because Christ is within me. I pray for these ladies and gentlemen of our city's leadership. I pray for them spiritually, that they would know you and that they would feel your closeness. I pray for their families, that you would encourage them, keep them safe wherever they are, that you bless them, their spouse, their children, grandchildren, whatever the case might be. I pray for each individual member standing before me today, for their physical health, for their emotional encouragement and well-being. Father, I pray that you would give them knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I pray for the city workers, the police, the firemen, those represented by every position within our city, that you keep them safe, whether that be from the pandemic, the virus, whether that be from harm in so many other ways. I pray, God, that you would protect them in what they do. We pray these things in Jesus' name.
Amen. I'll ask Councilman Eddie Simpson to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pastor. All right, there's not any changes to the previous minutes. Do I have a motion to approve those?
Make a motion, we approve minutes.
Motion, Mr. Shields, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Brandon, discussion, roll call.
Inline.
Yes.
Hines is absent. Walker.
Hines is here. Let the record show.
Let me start over.
All right.
Caroline? Yes. Hines is here. Wampler,
Yes.
Shields,
Aye.
Brandon,
Aye.
Simpson.
Aye.
Sorry about that.
It's all right, he just walked in, thank you. All right, have just a couple of things I want to bring to city council's attention. We need to add as item number 7, talking to Chairman Shields, personnel committee, that we add Ethan Carroll to become a full-time police officer. Recommendation of Chief White. Have a motion, we had to add as item number 7 to the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
Okay, Vice Mayor makes it, Mr.
I'll
Shields seconds. All right, discussion, roll call.
Inline? Yes. Hines,
Aye.
Wampler,
Aye.
Shields,
Aye.
Brandon, Simpson.
Aye.
Also, I wanted to inform City Council, and certainly if you want to discuss it further, we need to add it to the agenda for discussion purposes. But in discussion with the county mayor and several county commissioners separately, we have came up with a drought, or the county mayor did, and I concurred with it today regarding the adequate facility tax that the county took away from North City schools. As you can see there, the county is ratifying, or I guess, or making a new resolution, whatever language they want to use. It says ratify resolution 070621. That's gonna be brought up on the 16th of August. And, this is something that we've been trying to get to. As you can see in the last paragraph, it says that, they will, effective July 21, the percentage of school facility tax will be reduced to 12.5%, which is what it is now after they pass their budget. But the difference is that it will remain at 12.5% with no adjustments for a minimum of 4 years. So it says just what it is, that they won't mess with it for 4 years. I told them I wanted something in writing, so this is what they came up with. With that being said, I'm just trying to keep you informed. Not asking, if you don't like it, tell me now, or we can add it to the agenda and discuss it further, but just trying to keep council informed.
I just want to say I'm glad to see this. At the end of 4 years, I think it would be prudent to keep a record of the number of students that are counting, that we are educating, and make sure that when we go back and revisit this, that is taken note of. Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it, and I agree with you, and I'm sure they'll have those numbers too.
With this is a done deal, then we don't have to, the county
Well,
commission doesn't have to vote on it?
Yes, county
Yes.
commission does have to
On the
vote on it
16th.
on the 16th, and that's the reason I'm informing you of that. He came to me today, the drought did, and yes, they will have to. Now, who knows what'll happen, you know, they may, the county mayor feels like that he has the votes to pass it. Now, I didn't ask him how, but, so, I'll let y'all think about that, but I certainly don't put words in his mouth, so, but he feels like that, the votes were there to pass the new resolution.
Well, I feel like county commission needs to review the actual figures. They seem to be confused before as to
Well,
the
there's no
amount.
doubt that they got misled by one of their own, so,
I'm pleased to see this.
that's very clear. I did talk to Dr. Barber this morning, and she concurred she said she was okay with it.
And this leaves it where it was before they changed it.
Well,
It takes it
doesn't
down
leave it
by the
really,
first
I mean,
year.
that's,
12.5 is what it was before they told us they was gonna drop it.
well, it said 15, and then they dropped it down to 12.5 after they passed the budget. And of course, they was going to continue to drop it down until it got down to 5% over the next 4 years. So what they're agreeing to now, they'll leave it alone for 4 years, not touch it, and keep it at 12.5.
Mayor, I'm confused though where it says whereas section 15 of the resolution, they also reduced the percentage of the school facility tax refunded to Lenoir City by 2.5%, so that's still in there. And then they're gonna,
I think they're referring, Mr. Simpson, I think they're referring back to the old resolution, when they're talking about that. The new resolution is at section 15, where it says section 15. That's the language that we're talking about now. They did reference the other resolution. What section is that?
it's,
What paragraph?
Third one.
third paragraph down.
Give me just a second to look at it. Yeah, they're referring back to
To the original.
to the original.
The one they passed, when they passed the budget, right?
Correct.
And then the resolving here.
Apparently, this is how they operate obviously different than the city does, and, this is how they do it down there.
I'm still a little confused on it, so will you, clarify that, have them to clarify that with you, the mayor?
I will.
County mayor, please.
I can tell you, for sure that's what they're referring to, is the old resolution.
Okay.
The new language and
Because
what they're talking about now.
Yeah, I believe section 15 of resolution 070621A, I think that's the resolution that took away the funding, reducing it 2.5% each year, starting now, going to the next 4 years, taking it down to 5%.
Correct.
So, and it's removed in its entirety and replaced with this language down here, which is gonna be resolution 110606E. Right?
I'll tell you what, let's do.
Well, no,
Why don't we do this,
For
just
amending it.
because I know this is gonna come up, Monday. Why don't we add it to tonight's agenda, and let me ask for a vote from city council if they concur with the drought as written. And I'll certainly, Mr. Simpson, if you've got a question, I'll certainly, just to make sure about that, but, and that way I can say, without a doubt that city council concurs or not. And, because that's been a big, holdup with some, I think, or concern that, and I think I have authority to direct the planning, but also I brought it before city council because obviously they need to be a part of it, and I want them to be a part of this. So, when we add it to tonight's agenda, as item number 8, and I'll ask for a vote if you concur with the drought. So I would ask that we add it as item number 8 to the agenda, whether or not we concur with the drought as written. And that way I can pass it on to the mayor.
Make a motion, we add it.
Okay?
Second.
Sims makes a motion, Mr. Henline seconds. Call the roll, Mr. Wood.
Inline. Yes. Hines.
Aye.
Wampler.
Aye.
Shields.
Aye.
Brandon. Simpson.
Aye.
Thank y'all. All right, any reports from members of city council? This time, does anyone here like to comment on the item or items that's on tonight's agenda? All right, item number 1 is consideration of planning commission's recommendation regarding adoption of ordinance to amend the zoning map of the city of Lawrence City, Tennessee pursuant to 137204 of the Tennessee Code annotated rezone property located at 100 Harrow Lane from R1S single residential district to R2 medium density residential district. This is first reading, Ms. Collins. Make sure your microphone's on there, will you?
It is.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. There's a map attachment on the back of your ordinance. And you'll see parcel 35 is marked and highlighted in blue. It's currently zoned R1S. And Mr. Tim Finnegan, the property owner who's here with us tonight, he also owns a piece of property directly behind that, 3.03. And that parcel is zoned R2. So he will rezone parcel 35 to match the other parcels, so they would both be R2. It did go to planning commission last week and passed unanimously.
All right. Any discussion? Do I have a motion to approve it on first reading?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Vice Mayor makes a motion, have a second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Brandon, discussion, roll call.
Inline, yes. Hines,
Aye.
Wampler,
Aye.
Shields,
Aye.
Brandon, Simpson.
Aye.
Item two is consideration of the planning commission's recommendation regarding adoption of ordinance to vacate identified right of way for unimproved portion of alleyway between East First Avenue and East Second Avenue and return the underlying property to the zoning property owners currently identified as Blue Bridge LLC and Bruce Martin.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, you have a map attachment on the back of your ordinance. Map, we'll see the highlighted parcel is 14-25, Mr. Martin. And the adjacent parcel 13, which is under Blue Bridge, that is Mr. Finnegan's property. And he has requested the alleyway between those be closed. There's no access to 321. It did pass unanimously at planning commission. Mr. Shields with LCDV did make note that any utility easements that were there would not be given up.
Okay. Her explanation, any discussion? Hear a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Mr. Sampson, have a second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Shields, discussion, roll call.
Inline, yes. Hines,
Aye.
Wampler,
Aye.
Shields,
Aye.
Brandon, Simpson.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Betty. Item number three is consideration of purchasing committee's recommendation regarding setting state contract pricing for the new fire truck. Of course, the rest of the city council know, obviously that's a grant, Chief Martin and Ms. Scott Payne. And, give us the price, the difference, Amber, our chief.
Yes, sir, Mayor. The grant award is for $451,884.75. The city's share would be $150,628.25, for a total of $602,513. It's $75.25.
Yeah, it's a 75-25 grant. I will add, if I can add one thing, Mayor and Chief Martin, for our 25% of the $150,000 some odd dollars, we will be covering roughly $117,000 of that with a local government support grant, that we got confirmation for receiving. So
All right,
we will only be paying the balance of that.
all right. Any discussion?
Mayor, we also be using government contract pricing on that too. It's nationwide, so we have used it in the past just for clarification.
All right. Thank you, appreciate it. Good
Major
job.
props to Chief Martin. He did this great.
Excellent, thank you both.
Yes.
All right. Any discussion? Got a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Vice Mayor makes a motion.
Second.
Mr. Brandon seconds. Discussion. Roll call.
Inline, yes. Hines,
Aye.
Wampler,
Aye.
Shields,
Aye.
Brandon, Simpson.
Aye.
Item four is consideration purchasing committee's recommendation regarding opening account for United Community Bank for drug task force. Ms. Scott or Ms. Hunt?
I'll let Maggie take that.
All right,
She's the bank account person.
all right. And a good one.
And you all see where we're the fiduciary of the account for the drug task force. We had talked about this probably a year ago, that we're gonna open an account, and we decided not to open one. Well, now, the drug task force is doing so well, I need to separate my treasury funds and my justice funds.
Too much money to keep up with.
Just a lot of money coming in, and you gotta separate the interest and everything, so the easiest way is,
That's Don White's slush fund, isn't it?
no, we don't tell them that.
Please don't use the word slush. Slush fund is something.
That's right.
It's supposed to turn around.
But that's what I'm asking, just to open up another account.
All right, you've heard her explanation. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Motion, Mr. Henline.
I'll second.
Second, Mr. Shields. All right, roll call.
Inline, yes. Hines,
Aye.
Wampler,
Yes.
Shields,
Aye.
Brandon, Simpson.
Aye.
And I also like to say we're getting a lot of money from Gov Deals. Gov Deals.
Give me the guts, thank
Where we're selling our equipment and
Yes.
things, yes.
They lend
That's a
us-
great
That's
resource.
worked out well.
Mhm.
Yeah, real well, I'll tell you, we've spent a lot of money we've got.
Thank you,
Thank you.
appreciate it. Item number 5 is consideration person committee's recommendation regarding amending the Christmas bonuses for the employees of the city of Lenoir City. Brought this before purchasing committee last time they met, and the Christmas bonuses has been $50 for over 20 years, and gave the budget committee the numbers and recommended $100. That would bump that to $100 for full-time, and also the part-time folks, they would get that $50 a month as well, and the permanent full-time
Permanent,
people.
yeah, permanent part-time.
So, as we all know, we've said it, every one of us has said it, that our employees are the greatest asset to the city, and just a way to reward those employees, and I would ask that we make that adjustment in the budget.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
I'll make that motion. I think, I'd like to say that the employees that the city has is the best asset that we have. Is our
absolutely.
employees, and they deserve this.
Chairman Simpson makes a motion, second, Mr. Shields, or Vice Mayor, Mr. Will.
Got it.
Any other discussion? Anyone else, any other comments? All right, roll call, Mr. Will.
Inline, yes. Hines,
Aye.
Wampler,
Yes.
Shields.
Aye.
Brandon. Simpson.
Aye.
Item number 6, consideration person committee recommendation regarding purchase of 2022 15-passenger van for use of the police department. Of course, this is on the state contract, and it's, those funds are coming from the drug fund, correct, Chief?
That is correct. We had sold, the 2000, it'll be replacing the 2009 GMC, passenger van that we surplused a couple of months ago. We held that, auction on gun deals, and I think, the vehicles that we sold, including the wrecker, brought, approximately $60,000. So we've got plenty of money to buy the van, $34,940 in the state contract.
Good job.
Chief, how many vehicles have we sold on gun deals in the last 6 months, say?
We've probably sold, items total probably 15 to 20, producing about $100,000.
That's great.
So,
Getting them out of the parking lots, and
yeah, we cleaned out for sure.
Indeed, it did.
Yes.
All right. Any other discussion? Motion approved.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Shields, have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Brandon. Roll call, Mr. Will.
Inline, yeah. Hines,
Aye.
Wampler,
Aye.
Shields.
Aye.
Brandon. Simpson.
aye.
And item number 7, then the item that we added, the recommendation of the police chief, budget committee, or I'm sorry, personnel committee to hire Ethan Carroll as a full-time police officer to fill one of the vacancies, chief.
Yes. After going through the process, Mr. Carroll met all of our minimum standards, and so it would be my recommendation to move him into one of the full-time openings.
Okay. Chairman Shields, you got anything you want to add?
I'll just say that the man measures up in all aspects. He's, be good for the force, and me, it feels like we need to hire a young man. Put him on our force.
Is that a motion?
That's a motion.
All right, Mr. Shields makes a motion, have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Brandon, discussion. Roll call.
Inline, yes. Hines,
Aye.
Wampler,
Aye.
Shields.
Aye.
Brandon. Simpson.
Aye.
Thank you, chief.
Thank you.
Thank you, good job, you did. All right, item number 8 is, consideration of, authorizing me to, concur with the county resolution and to, pass that on to the county mayor and the county commission, that, city council has looked at this drought and they concur with it, and, give me the authority to give them the okay. I'll open it up for discussion again.
Can I just clarify one more time, just to make sure that I understand it
Okay.
properly? Okay. So basically, what this resolution will do is to backtrack the decision that they made for their July 1st budget.
correct?
Yes.
And that decision was to ultimately, over 4 years, take the contributions to the Lenoir City Schools from 15% of the AFT to 5%, correct?
That's correct.
That first year being a reduction to 12.5%, which is 2.5% from 15.
Correct.
So what this resolution does is it amends the action that they've already taken to say that we're committed to reducing it every 4 years to this 5%, and you're basically freezing it and only allowing them to reduce by 2.5%, correct?
Total.
Yes,
And-
total over the 4 years.
Oh, well, for the next, it will
It's
stay at 12,
guaranteed for
it will
4
stay at
years.
12 and a half.
For the next 4 years, it's guaranteed.
And then after that, I would hope that
They
the
would
county commission that will be there then will take a strong look at it and
potentially
realize
bump it back.
what a mistake it's been, to take away, from one school system and give to another. They need to find other ways to raise money
Right.
besides do that.
I just wanted to make sure I understood that correctly.
And I think they must have passed the budget according to this resolution, on July the 6th. And, so, yes,
Thank you.
But Mr. Chairman, in a sense, they're still taking 2.5%.
they are taking 2.5%, that's correct. And I don't agree with that. However, we're at a standstill. If we, and again, the opposition, some members of the county commission doesn't agree with it either. However, this is where we're at. And, I don't like it, but we have to try to, get along for the benefit of the students at the Lenoir City School System. It's certainly better than, them reducing it over the next 4 years down to 5%. And I think everybody realizes that. I've got a way to, there's some new legislation passed recently that if they implement it, they being the county, I know I've spoken to Chip Miller, the trustee, he's wanting to do it. So they implemented a new law attached to this that says, that the everyone who's issuing the permit, can charge up to 50% of the tax immediately. So that means if somebody walks in and, they want a permit, they're gonna build a 1,200 square foot house, we would collect half that money, and of course, turn it over to the county. And we're able to charge a 2% administrative fee. I'm assuming only the amount that you're collecting, that's something that has to be worked out. And Maggie, you may know, you may not, but, so they'll be collecting 50% of whatever that amount of money is, $1 per square foot. So, and we're allowed to charge 2% of that. I've talked to Maggie about it, and Mr. Wilbur and Amber. I would recommend that administrative cost, that 2%, go directly, that we're collecting, that we're allowed to charge, go directly to the Lenoir City Schools, back to them. So really, I don't think, if we do it that way, really don't think the school system is gonna lose any amount of money. It'll be close probably. So that's how we're gonna make up the difference. And, now the county's not, they've not moved forward with that, but I believe that they will, because they're having trouble collecting. It's my understanding, at least, don't hold me to this, but it's my understanding there's close to $200,000 to $300,000 that has not been collected. As the law stands right now, you have 3 years to pay that adequate facility tax. Once you build a house, there's a process you go through, and you can actually apply for an extension and still receive your CO. So, this is gonna be mandatory where you actually collect half of it. And again, if we end up, whatever we collect, Again, I think it's 2.5, I think it's 2% of the money you're collecting, not 2% of the total,
Mhm.
whatever it is. So, but if they come back and pay the other portion, if we collect it, then obviously that's 2%. So, they're still working on that. It's a new law that's out there. But Chip Miller is wanting to get the cities and the county to implement that. And I told him that, certainly I thought it would be worthwhile for us to do that. It benefits everybody. But that administrative fee that we collect for collecting that money would go, I would recommend that we send it straight to the Little City school system to make up the difference. So that's where we're at.
And Mayor, I have no problem with doing that to try to compensate the Lenoir City Schools for what they're, stand to lose. I don't know whether they, in my mind, I think they're still gonna lose a little bit, even if you.
They probably will lose just a little bit. They won't, I don't think it'll be much.
And I think it's sad that we've got,
With all the building going on in Little City, they may even gain $1 or $2 over the next 24 months.
I think it's sad that we have to watch so closely because they're constantly trying to get different things from the city. It's like they don't like the city at all.
One of the commissioners, and I know you was there, made a comment that we're slapping each other in the face. Well, we certainly didn't start it. We're just taking up for the kids at Lenoir City High School and the faculty there. And it certainly is a tough situation, but we need to be, I think everybody agrees with this statement, that we all need to be working together, not against one another. And I would relate that, and I would hope that the county commission will certainly take a hard look at this and pass the resolution as written, and we can get on with people's business.
Another thing I want to make a comment about, it ended up being 10 times as much as the loss
There's no question that.
as to what the
Yes.
county commission was told by this one county commissioner.
And that commissioner knew those numbers weeks or months before.
Absolutely, he knew.
And that's, I talked to the same person he did, and, the trustee, and he had those numbers, he knew it wasn't $4,600, he knew
It was roughly $30,000.
it was roughly $30,000, over $30,000, and he knew that, but yet, he misled the county commission and told that it was $4,600, or $47, whatever the amount was. And it's just out and out, it just wasn't true at all.
That's what's sad about it, that he misleads his coworkers
Yeah.
to thinking, that it's
And I've had some of
nothing.
the county commission tell me that, and apologize, that they should have done their homework, they should have looked at it.
Oh, well, I hope it's gonna work out, and I think it will be really close. And from here on out, we're just gonna have to watch everything that's done
Yeah.
to make sure, that you're not trying to take advantage. I mean, we're supposed to be working together as a city and a county,
Sure,
and Loudoun City, and we should all work together,
we should.
not against each other. Well, thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, appreciate it. All right, I have a motion, give me the authority to, relay, sign if necessary. There's not a place on there for me to sign, obviously. I'm sure, again, I'll get asked. I can tell them this way that I brought it before you, and you approve it, disapprove.
To
I would,
support
to
this
support it,
resolution draft.
So I would ask, that we put that in form of a motion that, gives me that authority.
So move on that, Mayor.
All right. Motion, Mr. Inline, second, Mr. Simpson. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Inline,
Yes.
Hines, Wampler,
Aye.
Shields.
Aye.
Brandon.
Aye.
Simpson.
Aye.
Thank y'all. Madam City Administrator.
Thank you, Mayor. I just, going off of what we just spoke about with, county commission and Lenoir City Schools, I just want to thank the community
for coming out and supporting this, and thanking the mayor and city council for trying to work our way through it. Because at the end of the day, we're all one community. You know, some families have kids going to the city schools and the county schools, so we're one and the same in that regard. So I think it's very important. On a lighter note, thank you to everybody who came out to the Prevention Alliance cardboard boat race on Saturday. I think it was quite a successful event for the first time.
It was.
And it was a hoot and a lot of fun, so we look forward to next year on that.
I'm sorry I missed it, I sent the,
First lady,
the first lady.
We saw her.
that had-
yes, she was there, she was on, so,
Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
turn the dog. right?
yes, yes,
All right.
Wonderful event.
thank you.
Thank you. This time, does anyone here like to comment on something that was not on tonight's agenda? All right, do I have a motion to pay the bills?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve all bills and the accounts to be paid when properly approved and the funds are available.
Motion by Vice Mayor, we pay the bills, have a second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Shields, discussion, roll call.
Inline.
Yes.
Hines.
Aye.
Wampler.
Aye.
Shields.
Aye.
Brandon.
Aye.
Simpson.
Aye.
Any other business? Have a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn, Mayor.
Motion, Mr. Henline, adjourn, have a second.
Second.
Second, Mr. Brandon, discussion, roll call.
Inline.
Yes.
Hines.
Aye.
Wampler.
Aye.
Shields.
Aye.
Brandon.
Aye.
Simpson.
Aye.
We're adjourned, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
6:30, that ain't bad.
Okay, thank you. Barely need our hands.
All right.
I think